Chattisfying.
They don't look like something that someone isn't like hugely into Zelda would need to or want to buy. To be honest with you, and that was kind of my point with Twilight Princess as well. In that review, it starts off incredibly unique and very interesting, and about halfway through, a lot of that uniqueness just sloughs away, and it becomes a very kind of generic adventure game, in my opinion, and it loses a lot of its identity. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I think that Twilight Princess is so interesting as a game, because it starts off, because I think any sort of Zelda fan will at least be able to agree that Majora's Mask is probably at least the most interesting of the Zelda games. It's got such a strong and very strange identity, and it's quite divisive. People either love it or hate it usually. I guess apart from me, because I kind of like it, but I don't love it. But that was because I kind of came to it a little bit late. It doesn't really matter. But Twilight Princess kind of starts off in a very similar vein to Majora's Mask, but because everything feels like the world is taken over, and you feel like a really little fish in a big pond, and it almost feels insurmountable. And it's such an amazing atmosphere, like this sort of dark, twilighty atmosphere. And essentially, the Twilight, you go around in the first sort of act of the game, and you get rid of the Twilight. That's your one of the one of the big the kind of the big main sort of quest for the beginning of the game is to get rid of the Twilight. So by about a third of the way through the game, all the Twilight's gone. Not long after that, you get the Master Sword. So you're starting to get to a point where you're a fish in a pond that's about the right size for you, and I think that is a big shame, because it kind of means that like the rest of it is very sort of milk toasty to someone who isn't already a massive fan of Zelda. And so that's one of the reasons why it kind of gets if you're a Zelda fan, play it. If not, maybe skip it kind of thing for me. Even though I absolutely adore the game. Whereas a game like Ocarina of Time, I would say I don't care what kind of game you'd normally play, just play it, you'll like it.
Chattisfied.